Well, hello everyone, I'm Dr. Miller and I'm going to do a real quick video for you to give you an introduction on how to get into the Packback tool and work things. I think we will do some live sessions with all of you to ask more specific questions. But this right here will give you a real quick overview of how to get into Packback and get your students moving. First thing you want to do is go to your home page here and you see how it has Packback discussions in each week. So you go ahead and you click on the Packback discussion of the week that you want. It will take you to the discussion page. Discussion page looks a little different than before. Gives you some instructions, read some content, look at the background information, then it gives you a task, right? There's a widget here if you still need help. And these links are live links to take you out to the Packback site so you can get some guidance directly from them. As you scroll down on this page, you'll see that what used to be the instructor guidance is now placed right in the discussion. So we called it the Packback discussion guidance. This one in particular gets content over Simon Sinek's Why and the Golden Circle because we wanted to address not print culture students. We wanted to address oral culture students. There's some videos there as well. There's some links to some resources and TED Talks. The student scrolls down and they get to the actual task that they need to accomplish. First thing we tell them to do in the task is to review the following resources. And if you notice, these resources are the same resources that are above in this section, because the whole point of the Packback discussion is the student has some information from which to derive a question. Then we move on here and we tell the student, listen, as you get ready, I want you to reflect on the school leader that you've had in the past that's influenced your life. And then we're telling them that they are going to go ahead and craft a stimulating question around their why for wanting to be an educator, the qualities of educators versus teachers, and why they believe they possess those qualities of an educator. So in essence, let me pause for a second. The overall idea of Packback is to not give a static discussion prompt that every student responds to the same prompt and then two of their peers. In this case, we provide a bunch of information to get the students' brain juices flowing, to get them thinking around a topic and within a topic. Then we ask them to craft a question that they come up with that's based on their interest, their curiosities, either something they want to know or something that they want to see if their classmates know and kind of ramp up the the cognitive expertise of their classmates. So they come up with a question. In essence, Packback allows us to remove the blinders of the barriers we placed on our students' thinking with our previous discussion format. They're operating more now in inquiry and a Socratics, if you will, to get things moving. So now what we ask them to do is to after we say you want to craft this question, well, what do you craft it? You craft it in the Packback discussion form. So they click at this link at the bottom of the page. That takes them out to the third-party vendor, the Packback community. Now mine is going to look different because I'm already in the community and working with students. When you come to this page, it's going to ask you to join the community. It's going to ask you for your information. You're going to use your faculty email. You're going to stay consistent with your UAGC stuff. It's going to ask you to create an avatar to give you some options. There's my avatar. And then you'll click join the community. Then it'll take you to this very page of yours in your classroom, but it won't have any posts on there. So what I suggest you do to start each week is you give an example question. You show the students a question and the rationale behind the question so you can jumpstart their thinking and kind of set the tone for what acceptable looks like, an exemplar looks like. So how do you do that? You click the red button here. It says ask a new question. It takes you out to this page here. So I already have a question created for time's sake in this post. So I'm just going to kind of copy and paste the question that I have right in here. What is your question? You type it right in there. And once you type it in, you can see underneath the question, it gives you some instructions or some comments. This one says, great. Now add a description. So I'm going to go down to add a description. If it wasn't great, like if I forgot the question mark, it would say a question needs a question mark. Or if I typed the question in there and it wasn't open-ended. It'll say not an open-ended question, and give me some suggestions. In this case, I typed a solid question. It's saying add the description. Now, when you start typing the description here, when it's less than 20 words, all of these things on this side will stay blank. But once you get over 20 words, and I'm just going to copy and paste one in here. Once you get over 20 words, then you see how the curiosity score, the credibility, the communication, the convention, all that changed. And it gives you some feedback, right? First of all, it tells you right now your curiosity score is in a predicted range between 71 and 100. That's good because remember our minimum was 50. I tried to put examples in there that are 90, curiosity points at 90, so I can get the students to shoot high, right? So it gives us some feedback. Curiosity, your question is open-ended. Check, I like it. Credibility, this post does not have a source. Well, we can fix that. I can go ahead and I can type a source into the link at the bottom, right? And you'll see right away, it will go ahead and change that credibility. Good job. Source, you added a source. As far as communication, you can improve readability with formats. I can put bullet points here. I can bold. I can underline. You have all the features up here, rich text to do. And that will help with your convention or communication. It even gets into your writing. I use a lot of passive voice when I write, so this comes up on me, right? It looks for plagiarism and also checks your grammar, right? Once you have all that in there, I look like my curiosity score is going to be above 50, so I go ahead and I click submit post. When I submit that post, it will look like this. I can scroll down and see, hey, look at my curiosity points. 90 or above, I'm good to go, right? I go back to the community, right? So I have two of them here because I already had this question in here, so I'm going to take one out just for you to see. How about I just do it later? I have two of them in here because I copy and pasted the one that was there before. So you'll notice it there right there. So now your question is in there. So you can see, I'm rambling a little bit here, but you can see the blue. I had done this question before with the student and I pinned it to the top because what I do at the beginning of the week is I put my question there for students to see as a model. As they start putting their questions and rationale in, I go through and find one that I like and I pin it to the top of the post, so of the board, so that students can see another one of their students when they come in, pinned to the top and featured. So as you scroll down, you'll see that each post is older. The more you scroll down, you'll see that they are older. So that means that the newer posts are automatically pushed to the top of the feed, just like Facebook. So in order to see where a week changes from week to week, you have to look for that dotted line with the date in the middle. So if I was to scroll down further, you'll see where it was the week before and the week before that. So that's how you tell what's happened in each week. So what's my job here? My job here is to go into options, click the drop down window, and I'm going to the give feedback. I mean, and also here you can see the things you can do. You can pin a post to the top. You can feature it so it shows up on the featured board. You can assign it to a deadline. I'll talk about that later. You can check for plagiarism. You can edit. You can do a lot of things from here. But what you're going to be measured on, just like the FSDs, those 6 students you have to respond to each week, it's going to be through the feedback. So you click on feedback, and there's the post. There's the question, and here's the rationale. You can read that, and you can decide whether you're going to give praise or you're going to give coaching. So if I click I'm going to coach, that means I'm giving the students some feedback, some suggestions. It could be on their structure, how they wrote their posts, and on the content. It could be on anything. So you go into coach and you type what your coaching is. on these lines. You hit feedback, give feedback to the student, and you will get a message that an email was sent to the student. Now for the coaching in the thread, no one can see the coaching except the student and you, right? However, suppose I wanted to give positive feedback to this student. Well, coaching is positive too, but I want to give praise to the student. I click the praise button, and I can choose what this is really good. I'm going to feature this. So I click feature, and it will go to my leaderboard. Or this is super, I love this post. I'm going to pin it to the top so everyone can see it when they log in. Or not, you don't have to click either one of them. And then I click in here and I start to type what I like about the post and why I'm giving it praise. I click give feedback, and a message will come to me that said that the student got an email that I gave him a praise. And whenever someone logs into the that post to see that post, they will see that feedback. So again, here was a student's question, there was their rationale, and here's the praise I gave them. So all the students that come in after and engage in discussion with that student will be able to see that praise. But if it was a coaching, the other students wouldn't be able to see that. Only I would see it as the instructor and the student as the one who receives the coaching. So that's basically how students log things in and put things in Packback. There are features on the side. I'll show you these features very quickly. The featured post feature. So every time you feature a post, it goes to this board here. And if you scroll through, you can see all of the posts that you featured throughout that course. Why is that a good thing? Well, first of all, it's a shot in the arm for the students. And some students won't scroll through all of their classmates' questions. They'll go to the featured post and respond to them. So you can cut a little time out for your students, or you can, I do it for the praise, but I found that some students reply to the featured post a little more than they do the other ones. Or you can click leaderboard, and the leaderboard shows who has the most curiosity points in the course. Now, typically, you're not going to be the one at the lead. I am in this course. It was one of the first course, and I wanted to be super engaged, so I responded to a lot of the students. Now, remember, your responses to students are not what the FSDs are measuring. Your feedback to students, praise and coaching, is what they're measuring, not the responses. I wanted to be engaged in this particular course, so what I did was I responded to a lot of students to kind of model that and to kind of spark their attention, because I knew that they were not used to Packback. So the leaderboard can show you which students are most engaged. It's another bragging rights or shot in the arm or positive reinforcement, however you want to call it, that you can use as well. I think that is enough for now. That's 13 minutes on a video, way too long. Hopefully you grab something out of this video that can help you understand Packback a little more. If not, then you can call me as often as you need me, and as soon as you need me. My number is 717-858-9595. That's 717-858-9595. You can text me, you can call me, you can email me. If I don't answer the text or the call, go ahead and leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Or you can email me at newton.miller@uagc.edu. That's newton.miller@uagc.edu. Thanks you guys for listening, and make it a great day, or not, because that choice is always yours.